Hello, hello. It's our Tuesday mini training and it's Melina Dixon. I am at a different angle than I was last time. No cape, no mask. Sorry, there's a little sneaky peeky of some wax melts over there. But I couldn't broadcast from my normal corner. It's hot outside, y'all. I needed my little fan. So I'm sitting at my desk. But come on in, and if you are actually seeing me right now, you are on the replay. So type replay in the comments so that I know that you stopped by. Tonight's training, Connie is here. Connie, you're always the first to arrive, and I love it. Tonight's training is it's a little different. It's something I haven't done yet, but I'm excited to do it because I just know how incredibly important it is. So tonight we're going to talk about mindset, and we're going to talk about planting those seeds for the harvest. And I have lots of good nuggets to share. But first, for anyone who's watching this who does not know me, my name is Melina Dixon. I run I call it the Heart and Hustle Hub. It's a group for awesome direct and social sellers, some small biz owners who want to build a business that's strategic and soulful, because you should have some heart in your business and selling should feel good. So, like I said, tonight it's mindset. I'm not into brainwashing, but I hope that I can scrub some of the cobwebs and the stinking thinking out of your brain tonight. So I'm going to start with a quote by Henry Ford. Maybe you've heard it. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. I've heard it other ways. I've actually heard if you think you can, and if you think you can't, you're right. But this is how it's truly written. And that is so incredibly true. So we have to learn a lot of different things in our businesses. We have to learn, maybe how to operate our back office. We have to learn all the technical lingo, all the product knowledge. We have to learn how to book parties. We have to learn how to conduct parties. We have to learn what to do at vendor events. We have to learn what to do when we're face-to-face with the customer, selling them products. We have to learn how to talk about the business. I could go on and on and on with all the things that we have to learn. And one of the most important things that we have to learn is how to keep our mind right. Because business, and as I am 3.5 weeks into this venture, I will tell you, it is a roller coaster. So, when you're going up that hill, it feels great. You're so excited. You got your hands in the air. Maybe you're screaming. And then on the way down, it can give you a tummy ache. And that is no fun. But you're going to have to navigate that roller coaster, just like life. Life is a roller coaster. We have highs and we have lows. And we have to figure out how to just keep pressing on. So when you're struggling, when you're, comparing yourself to others, I want you to, I don't want you to slap yourself in the face, but I do want you to get in the habit of pausing. I want you to stop yourself. And before I really get into the deep dive of the training, I want to say something that was really heavy on my heart today. It's probably been heavy on my heart forever. And I don't know that I've ever said it out loud to this group. Let me take a sip of water because I'm very thirsty. It's hot outside. Tell me how hot it is where you live right now. So I want you to decide what success looks like for you, because it's so easy to get caught up in your company's perception of success. Maybe it's achieving those, annual sales or annual team building awards. Maybe it's rank advancing. You're going to have people come into your company and they are going to just seem like overnight successes. Like, where did they come from? And they're, maybe even surpassing the level that you're at. They're outperforming so many people. There's just going to be times where that happens. And it's really easy to compare yourself to them, and I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to compare yourself to anyone. It's you against you. It's you who's running your race. We all have our own unique and special journey in our businesses. And that's why coming up with your own definition of what success means is so important, because it's really easy to get caught up in what everybody else is doing. So think about those racehorses. They wear those little, I don't know what they're called, but they wear those little shields on the side of their face so that they run their own race and they don't worry about what anybody else is doing. So if you take nothing else away from this training tonight, please take away that you get to decide what success looks like. Now, when you are having those moments of doubt, when you're struggling, when you feel like, gosh, nothing that I'm doing is working, well, you have to like stop yourself, and you got to get rid of that negative attitude. But what you do need to do is remember why you're even doing this in the first place. And what I would say to you is we all come in with different goals, different things that we want to achieve. Maybe we come in just because we love the product so much. Maybe we come in because we do need to make some extra money. You know, I got really excited when, you know, I would make $50 and I could just guilt-free go have a pedicure. Like, I was like, we'll work for pedicures. That was my motivation. But over time, pedicure money, I won't say that it wasn't enough, but it wasn't exciting enough to keep me going when something negative happened, when a team member decided they were going to quit, or when someone that, you know, I thought was going to be my very best customer started shopping with someone else. So you have to have a really strong why. And, you know, people talk about the why, your why, and it can seem a little cheesy, a little corny. And so I'd like you to trade that word why for mission. So what is it that you're really doing this for? What is that? Maybe it's big, maybe it's a little scary. It's okay. What's that thing that's gonna keep you going, even in the moments where you don't feel like showing up? All right, moving on. I want you to think about what you're feeding your brain. And also, I'll say real quick that I'm on my phone and I don't see comments, so I promise I'm not ignoring you. I will look over at the Facebook feed on my laptop in just a few, promise. But think about what you're feeding your brain. So we live in a very negative world. We are surrounded by negativity, and that stinks. So no one's going to, you know, motivate you, energize you, excite you. No one's gonna give you that, you know, that, I guess, zest for working your business. So you've got to find it yourself. It can be a business bestie who encourages you. It can be listening to podcasts or listening to music that just really pumps you up and excites you. It can be getting out in nature and taking a walk. Maybe just that fresh air, maybe not now when it's 9,700 degrees, but normal times of the year when it's not summer. Get out, take a walk, get that fresh air, get those endorphins, and then get back to work and be excited, you know, on whatever it is that you're working on. There's so many different ways that you can feed your brain with really, really good stuff. Maybe what it is that you need to learn something new. There is so much information out there. First of all, there's got to be training that your company offers. I know both companies I had been with in the past had oodles of training, and they had resources I could plug into, but y'all have access to the World Wide Web, and YouTube specifically has a ton of different trainings. I actually, well, you won't find them because I did make all my videos on my YouTube channel private, but when I was in my former company, I made so many videos that I just decided that, you know what, if I'm sharing this information with my team, I bet there's other people that need to hear it too. So it went out on YouTube, and maybe it got 8 views, maybe it got 800 views, but I wanted to share the information. So there are other people with that same philosophy, and maybe the thing that's going to get you excited and get you moving forward is just to learn something new. And part of that is the or part of the reason that I do these trainings every week, is that I hope that you will learn something new. I hope that you have an opportunity to feed your brain, and maybe if you just learn one little nugget that you didn't know before, and it gets you excited, and it's something easy to implement, and it carries you to the next week when I share something else. All right. How you move past the tough times matter. So like we were talking about the roller coaster, there's going to be times where you get really frustrated, and maybe it's with your company. Maybe they make a change that you're not super thrilled about. That's when you kind of find yourself at a crossroads. So do I keep going? Do I not? I can't make that decision for you, but I say if you keep going, you can't dwell on it. I found this quote, and I have no idea who shared it, but it has stuck with me, and I apply it to all areas of my life. If it won't matter in 5 years, I can't let it matter more than 5 minutes. So when something happens, maybe it's something negative that's out of your control, or maybe you find yourself missing a goal. Anybody here ever missed a goal they set for themselves? I'll raise both my hands because I've done it more times than I can count. And it's not a fun feeling. But instead of letting it weigh me down, letting it ruin my day, week, month, I've always tried to just pick myself up, dust myself off, regroup, get a new plan together, and get right back on the horse. I know it can be easier said than done, but there's no fun in just sitting there being sad about the thing that didn't happen, or the thing that did happen that was completely out of your control. So with that, I'd also say don't dwell on the past. It's very, very, very easy to keep going back to that moment. But again, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't let it bother you more than 5 minutes. And I'd say most of the things that we're going to come across in our business really aren't going to matter in 5 years. Okay, I have to shift now, but first let me take a sip of water. I will tell you what I'm drinking. It's delicious. I get those LaCroix waters, and there is I think it's black razzleberry, and I love it. I've added a little bit of coconut syrup and some limes, so it's just like fresh water with like a little sweetness to it, and I love it so much. Okay, so now we have to talk about that voice inside our head, because we kind of talked about things that are going to happen around us. Now let's talk about the things we tell ourselves. So it's, your inner mean girl or your inner mean guy, depending on who you are. I got to tell you, in my first company in direct sales, I was thinking about this earlier today. I let her have too much power. There came a point where I was at a conference, our annual conference, and I'm looking up on the stage and I'm seeing the most beautiful women I've ever seen, tall, thin, and they're all leaders of different ranks, but they are leaders in the company. And my inner mean girl, and I'm gonna try not to cry when I say this, because it still hurts my heart to this day that I let myself believe this. She said, "Melina, you're not smart enough, you're not pretty enough, and you're not thin enough to be on that stage." And I believed her. So I let her take me out of the race, out of the running, to move into leadership. And so I never did. I ended up leaving that company. I had a little 6-month retirement, as I like to call it, where I thought I was done with direct sales forever. And then the company that I was most recently with kind of not fell into my lap, but came into my life, and I joined because I loved the products. But I told myself, even from the beginning, anyone who would have wanted to be on my team. They had an opportunity when I was with that other company. So no one's going to be on my team now. I'm not going to build a team. I'm here to share the product with friends and family. The people that I love are going to know about this product that I love. And within my first 30 days, I had my first team member, and you would have thought that I won the lottery, because I was in shock. Never in a million years would have thought that I would have built a team. So I'm so glad that I didn't let my inner mean girl discourage me from letting that person join my team and then pursuing, leadership in that company. I kind of shudder to think where I'd be right now if I kept letting that inner mean girl do me dirty, because that's really what she was doing. She wasn't doing me any favors. She was trying to hold me back. So here are some things that I'm going to look off, because I have them all typed out and I don't want to miss a single one. But here are some things that I had to tell me, I had to tell myself, the outer nice girl had to tell my brain that you are enough. You deserve success. The past does not matter. Your mistakes do not define you. Just because she did it doesn't mean that you can't or won't. That's a big one. Man, that's a big one. Seeing people achieve things, just because someone else wins doesn't mean that you have to lose. You add value. You can do hard things. You do have time. Does anyone tell themselves they don't have time? I mean, yes, we're all very busy people. We've all got a lot going on, and this is not that kind of training, but I'll just tell you, if you want something bad enough, you will find the time to do it. You are smart and you are teachable. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, friend. Everything is possible. Your heart's desire is possible. And you need to believe in abundance. There is more than enough business to go around. There is more than enough success to be had. All right, so now we're going to shift. We're going to talk about planting those seeds. We're going to talk about the harvest. It's not fall yet, but it'll be here before we know it. Unless you're in New Zealand or Australia, and then I think it'll be spring where you're at. I'm still trying to learn the seasons. But I want to tell you, I know June's almost over, but what you do this month and July and August, it all matters. Even if you don't see the fruits of that labor right now, you will see it come September, October, and November. And you have to believe that. Your business is like a garden, so you have to take care of it. If you plant the seeds and then never, water them, never give them sunlight, they'll likely just stay buried. If the soil's not good, I kind of feel like the soil's a little bit like your mindset. So if your stinking thinking is, taking over, it might not matter how many seeds you plant. The fruit may never grow. That's why mindset is so incredibly important. Ooh, this one I don't like to say, but I'm going to say it because you need to be reminded of it. If you decide to quit, someone else gets your prize. I want you to have your prize. And here's what I'll say for anyone who is struggling, because it happens. It happens. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the rest of us. It happens to us all. We all find those times where it feels like everyone's saying no and everything that you're trying just doesn't seem to be working. That is when I like to go back to what I did when I started. I like to get back to basics. Now I know parties look different today than they definitely look different than when I started direct sales. They even look different than they did 3 years ago. So maybe you're not going to do exactly what you did 3 years ago. But in the beginning, you were likely talking to people, sharing your product with excitement, and people were noticing. So if you, it truly, I mean this with complete sincerity and like with no expectations of anything. If you are struggling, please reach out to me. I would love to just chat with you. I'd love to help you get unstuck. I care so much about this industry, and I care so much about my community. Y'all are in my community. I mean, you joined the group, so yep, you're in. And I want everyone to just feel really good about their business. I can't give you any magic words that are going to change your business overnight, but I can definitely help you figure out ways to get unstuck if that's how you're feeling. Maybe we can, put a spin on a way you've worked your business in the past. Maybe there's just a tiny little tweak that you can make. So if that's you, I'd love to hear from you. I mean, it hurts my heart that you're feeling that way, but I want to be here as a resource to help you. All right. The training is done, but I have something really exciting to tell you. You guys are hearing about it. Well, I won't say first because the Kick It Club subscribers did get an email about it yesterday, but you are the next group to hear about it, and I'm pretty darn excited about it. But I am hosting a really, really, really awesome training. I'm so excited about it. I actually just shared this training over the weekend with a company. They're an affiliate marketing company, Greenleaf Beauty Co. They had their retreat and they got this training, and people were so excited. I think I gave some people a little bit of hope who were feeling stuck. This training will help you turn the chaos in your business you'll have more clarity. It's called the Systems Lab. I'm hosting it on July 8th at 8 p.m. Eastern. It'll be in a private Facebook group. And in addition to the hour-long training, you're going to get a workbook. It's pretty stinking good too. And on top of that, because maybe I wore the Mad Scientist wig a little too long on Saturday, but I decided that I want you to get the absolute most from this training that you can. And so the training is July 8th, but I'm going to go live 5 additional times between July 9th and the 14th, and we're going to have some office hour sessions. We're going to there's 5 worksheets that you will complete in your workbook for 5 different areas of the training, and we're going to dig into all of them in these office hour sessions. We can come and talk about very specific things for your business. So the training is on sale in my shop for $15. I am not going to toot my own horn, but that's a steal based on how much time we're going to spend together. You get a 30-day access to the replay and all the office hour sessions that'll be live in the group. And if you're a Kick It Club subscriber, check your email because you got a little coupon for a special deal just for being a clubber. So I hope that I see your name on the registration list. Again, if you're feeling stuck and you need some encouragement, or you just need to talk out some stuff, reach out, please. I will be more than happy to do that. I'm gonna go have dinner now. So y'all have an amazing night, and I will talk with you all soon. Actually, before I go, let me check the comments. Sorry, let me do that real quick. That's important. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything super duper important. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. 11 comments. I see Connie and I see Kimberly. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. 5,000 Fahrenheit. That's how hot it is in Texas. I believe it. I believe it. Okay. All right. I did not miss any. I didn't miss any questions. Okay, good. All right. Well, thank y'all so much for spending your Tuesday evening with me. Have an amazing, amazing week. And I will talk with y'all soon. Super soon. Maybe sooner than you think. Who knows? Maybe I'll pop in live later on in the week. There are no rules. All right. Bye, friends.